G'day everyone, my name is Rajin and welcome to Nioh 2. I'm already well and truly into this game, so I'm just going to show you what the first level is like. The reason I'm doing this video is I was talking with a friend recently and was trying to get them interested in playing the game. So I thought, hey, I'll do a video and just show what the gameplay is like. So there you go. This game plays very much the same way as Dark Souls. Difficulty's pretty much up there with it as well. You can customize your character to have the appearance that you wish. This is obviously mine. Items to pick up. This would be your campfires or bonfires. It's just shrines that you pray at. And just like in Dark Souls, the enemies will reappear every time you use it, excluding certain ones. And I'll show you which ones they are when we get to them. So, a bit unlike Dark Souls, we got stances in this one. I will say I've only played Dark Souls 1, so if 2 and 3 have brought this in, I was not aware of that. In fact, it was a very long time ago that I actually played that. I'm also doing the very first level, just so that there's no spoilers or anything for later into the game. And I am vastly overpowered for this place. This will be one of the first enemies you will come across in this level that teaches you a valuable lesson in this game. Not every enemy needs to be fought. This thing is way too powerful for you at the start, so the idea is to run past it. If you are skilled enough or just strong enough, you can fight it, such as I'll do now. This is not a particular boss battle, by the way. Like, this is just how enemies are. He's just a particularly powerful enemy, but you will fight numerous numbers of these guys in later levels. There you go. So if you manage to beat him, you'll grab the cemetery key, and that will go to this door. However, I will not continue through here. I will show you some of the rest of the level instead. So on a normal basis, you'll be coming through however you want to get to it. But you'll come to here. Just get rid of that guy. You'll come across a lot of these. Just open them up like such. The idea, one-way gates, gives you return access to your shrines. So anytime you die, you will return to the last shrine you activated. Now, if you run past one, that doesn't count. So be sure to use them, so long as you're not trying to backtrack, because otherwise the enemies will respawn. You'll just have to fight them again. Simple enough. There'll be different paths that lead to loot. Sometimes you'll come across traps laid by enemies, such as this guy here. Jumps you as you try to come through. One really interesting thing I like about this game in particular is the fact that every trap is, with the enemy laying in ambush, you actually can see them. A lot of the time they'll be hidden fairly well, but they're always actually there. Got some chests to open. Some of them will come across with these dudes. The goal, backflip, is to copy the action they did. If you do it successfully and in time, he's happy, he'll wave, and he'll disappear dropping loot. These here are soul cores. You'll learn about these more as you go, but generally you collect them. They'll give you the ability to use the enemy's ability. This here is Swirling Mist. any enemies that come out of this that you successfully defeat will not come back. So this is like a one-off battle for the level. I'm a bit rusty. It's been a while since I've played on this game. And I'm strong enough that I can just take the hits anyway, so I'm not too serious on it. Next thing to talk about is these graves. They are a really cool little feature. The red graves that you see are the graves of essentially people that have died, other players, but not all of them. Some of them are like NPC placed ones, and like they'll give you forewarnings. So for an example, if we come over to one of these, this guy here, so this was another player. This is the gear that he had, which was all grey. It's about all you can tell, and it says cut down by Enki. So that's the type of enemy that actually took him down. You got time and date that it did it, and his level. Let's see. I'll show you an NPC one in a bit. But the blue ones that you will come across are also made by players, but they are kind of like helpful ones. So you can place down your own little blue grave, and other players that come across it can summon your, like a shadow of your character into the world to assist, which is extremely helpful. And as a solo player of this game, I utilize that quite a lot. So run it along. So here we go. So if I pray it here, ba-boom, you'll come up with your menus for leveling up and offerings and such. And as you can see, enemy is back. Alright, look, we got another grave here. This guy killed by an outlaw. Probably this guy here. But one thing you can do, it says here, is to fight Revenant. So if you do that, here he is, he'll be summoned, and you can actually fight it. Oh god, the outlaw saw us. There we go. Alright. So there you go, and you'll fight the outlaw, and upon defeating him, he drops loot. The cup I just got, if you notice that item, is what you will be using to summon the blue ones. So if you ever need to farm up those, kill a bunch of the red dudes. Preferably easy enough ones that you can do. Where is it? It's a guy on a roof, I think. No, it's this dude. So he saw me. Archer. So yep. Now once again, my stamina is pretty high and all, but at the start of the game it is extremely low. Don't think you can just copy what I'm doing. Like, it's definitely a level based thing. Certain ladders, you'll get to the top of them, you'll be able to kick them down, allow shortcuts. This is where the giant bull creature was. Alright, over there is the door that he opens. And so if I really wanted, I could have come straight through here and just gone left. Bit of a shortcut if you're strong enough to kill him. Skip all the other section. Rooftops, great way to traverse. And boom. Definitely want headshots every time, do massive amounts of damage, but headshots are not the only thing. Each enemy generally has a weakness. I'm not 100% sure if all enemies actually have a weak point. I haven't figured them all out if they do. but for sure, a lot of them do. Now, as I run around these areas and kill a bunch of guys for basically nothing at this point, I'll also point out, as you're running through here, it will not show up in my gameplay because I have found them all so far, but there are little green dudes that you'll be able to locate. Not here. I believe you'll find one of them like right here, this little spot down here. They're hidden in every area. You'll see them at the shrines. As you collect them, you send them off to the shrines and they will give you benefits, the Kodama blessings. Here's one of those preset graves that's not an actual player. As you can see, the name under Bloody Grave there is a proper name. These can be fun to find. Some of them have some alright gear for starting off. As you can see, this one's a level 6, so there's that. But some of them can also be quite humorous. You'll find some that the way they died is just a bit unusual. There is a level where there is a hot spring and you'll find a dead guy that has drowned in the hot springs. So, fun little things. So, we'll keep going for a bit. I'll skip some of the other stuff just to get this level over with, so it doesn't drag on. I don't really gain much benefit from doing this other than collecting more elixirs. Goes into the store. Storage, sorry. Storage, not store. I certainly hope that my volume at this point is better. I've received a comment thanks to someone on a previous video that pointed out that the game volume was louder than me. I'm trying to fix that in this one by turning the game volume down itself, so we'll see.
You take on bandits, fiends. Just who in the world are you?
So you'll occasionally come across these characters that you can talk to.
Spare my life.
Talk to them a couple times, you'll occasionally get free items. Fun little tidbits. Example again. Here's another one that's always here. Impaled by Outlaw. Has a proper actual name. Come back for that guy soon. Alright, here's a little fun thing. One type of yokai that you'll come across, which, for the record, I have no idea what they actually do, really, is these little adorable fellas. So they're called a scampus, so you just give him a stroke. Nice little scratch. Do a little circle, and then he will follow me around. He does attack enemies for me, doesn't do a lot of damage, and that's about all I can tell that they do. Alright, here we've got this little weird effect that I don't know if you can quite see in front of me, but anytime you come across one of these zones, you'll enter through it, and we enter into basically the yokai realm. They are much stronger here. We suffer some debuffs ourselves, and as you can see, the little scampus kind of becomes a rolling pincushion. Very cranky. So there's that. The horns will make sense as you play the game, because as it shows, we aren't actually human. So, oh, one of them lived. The guy came out of nowhere. Yay! Soul core. You'll collect a lot of soul cores as you go. At first they seem like they're going to be pretty rare, but as your level increases, like so does your luck and everything, and then they start becoming pretty common. The trick is actually trying to farm up the particular ones you want if the enemy is not common to find. But like you can even collect Scampus and Kodamas. You can get soul cores for them. Kodama 1 is very different for how you get it. Scampus, anytime it disappears, you know, it'll just have a chance of doing it. Otherwise, it's just drops from enemies. And that actually includes bosses too, so keep an eye out for them anytime you kill a boss. So here we go. I might just use this for the hell of it. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Alright. Another thing I'll point out too is if you've noticed all the different bars and everything, like I can have 2 different weapons. Very nice. But we also have over this side on the left some action kind of item bars, elixirs, healing and such, but you'll also have ninjutsu and Nioh magic. And I'll show some of those off in this. Just first, go through this video. Beautiful scenery. Love the cutscenes in this game. Not to be mistaken with the bull one, this is kind of like its twin of sorts, with a horse head. Just as nasty, but has a separate set of moves, so... Oh, that wasn't good. So there you go. As a boss fight, this will happen from time to time. A lot of bosses pretty much do this. Whoops. They'll enter into this mode and then come out of it again. They do it regularly, depending on how fast you're able to kill them. But alright, so some of the abilities that we can pull off for the ninjutsu and Nioh magic. Oh, just block that quick. Here's one. So it's a water-based attack. Kind of higher level than you'll see for a while. Fire-based one. But they also have... Whoop, back away for a moment. Ones like this. As long as I stay in this point, I heal. Others will do effects on the weapon, such as this. So that'll do increased damage to yokai types. All kinds of useful little tidbits. And as you have your soul cores equipped onto your characters, you will be able to use stuff on the top left there, and they will be the ability that it would use. So I'll show off one of them, because this thing is going to die otherwise. One of my favourites. Just let him go into his mode here. There you go. And it didn't even get pulled off anyway. So I'll just finish this off. There you go, that's about all you need to know. Character kind of goes berserk for a little bit here. He's got his own little guardian spirit there.
Phew, that was a close one. Any longer and it might have been too late for you. Wow. Well, I'll be.
There we go. So you pick up all of the stuff that the boss dropped.
Come on. Grab what
Don't
at
forget
least
his soul if he drops one.
get over it.
They will not always drop one, just to be fair. And then go forward. This will end the mission. And you'll proceed.
I've been waiting for you. You, read the letter, right? I'm to Kichiro. And you are?
And your character never speaks, so...
Hide. Alright. I'll call you Hiddy. Got a nice ring to it.
And here you will gain his spirit to give you some insight into him, which I will skip. So you want to see that? By all means, go ahead and buy the game, play it, enjoy. There is heaps of characters, tons of different type of yokai, and a fair chunk of spirits to collect. And you'll gain them over, and you can equip them and change them and whatnot. And there we go. That's the first mission. So to give you an idea, like, where do we go? Go to a little hut. Don't worry about that. So in here you can come to your yokai illustrations, and it will tell you really cool information about the origins of these creatures. I'm not 100% sure, not being, Japanese or whatnot, but some of them I feel are probably not quite the exact interpretation. I think some of them are sort of adaptations for the sake of this particular game world. But I mean, you'll get all different kinds. Kappa are even in it. In fact, there's 2 different types of Kappa, so look out for the red ones later in the game. And yeah, that's going to be it for now. Just to show you a couple of these little dudes. Good things to look forward to. And yeah, different types of customizing and such. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and hope you all go out and buy the game. It is a lot of fun. I play it on the PS4 myself. I don't know if it's on other consoles. Probably is. This is Nioh 2. The first one, very much the same, but has a very different story, of course. I believe this one took place before the first game. It's kind of a prequel thing. And in the first one, you play a character that's set for you. You don't get to customize it, anything like that. So if you're really into the customizing of your own character, this is the one you want to get. Otherwise, I recommend both. I played the first one. I didn't get the DLC for it, so maybe I should go back and do that at some point. I don't know. I'm going to get the DLC for this one, though. I love the game so much, and I don't know. I can't quite remember if I played the first one and it was harder than this one. This one has the difficulties of Dark Souls to me, while feeling easier to play. So I was not particularly good at Dark Souls. In fact, the very first Dark Souls, the only one I have played, I never actually finished. I always played for a huge chunk of time, and then either something went wrong with the save file, or I would just give up and start again. Terrible. I really should go and play that again. But this one I've played through. I've finished it once through already. Not too long ago. Once I did finish it, I kind of went up the difficulty and then put the game down in favor of some others. So, it's good enough for me to play through. But as I said, that will be it from me, and I will all catch you. Oh, sorry, I will catch you all next time. Alright, see yous.